Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna be kind of quick because I'm in my car and it's really hot. I can't put on my air because it's gonna be too loud, but I did want to keep up with my videos. It's been a while since you guys seen me, I know, because so many things have happened. Also too, I don't have my little selfie stick, so sorry, I got too many problems today. But yes, I am alive and well. For those of you who are close to me, you kind of know my situation that happened when I was in Central America, but this is basically just a vlog about my Central America experience. I can proudly say that I have visited every single country in Central America, and that was my goal. My goal was to go out and visit every single country there, and I did. And those countries consist of Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama, where else? El Salvador. And I feel like I'm missing one. It should be 8. Okay, anyways. So yes, I saw all those countries. Yes, Central and South America is a dangerous place to travel. Honestly, unfortunately, there's really no way to protect yourself besides not going. Because no matter how you try to like keep your stuff with you or keep it in your Airbnb or wherever, you're bound to get robbed, you know, if it's just your time to get robbed. Which brings me to my next point. Unfortunately, I experienced that. It was the most horrible experience ever. My first stop was Guatemala, and over there it was really nice. It was very beautiful. I actually only planned on staying there for a day or two and moving on to the next country, but I loved it so much I actually ended up staying over there like 10 days or something like that. So it was a really amazing experience. It was so beautiful and the people were so friendly, like just so nice. That was one of the more dangerous countries, they said. Thank God I had no bad experience there at all, besides a tour that I went on. It was a tour company that I went with, and I went up to the mountains, and it was just a horrible experience. It took me a very long time to hike up to the top. Granted, I did have the wrong type of shoes on, but I did get to see like a volcano, and I got to see like lava erupting from the volcano. So I thought that was like super awesome and super cool. Every time I travel to a new country, I always want to do something new. I'm trying to see what else. Never mind my hair, I'm sorry. Anyways, what else? Okay, so I moved from Guatemala to El Salvador. El Salvador is another place that I've always heard was dangerous. Thanks be to God, I had an amazing experience there. I had a nice little hotel right off the coast by the beach. And it was really nice. Oh my God, I just love the sound of the waves so much, especially when you are trying to sleep. I actually slept with my door open, which is probably dangerous now that I think about it, but I slept with my door open just so I can hear the sound of the waves. And on my balcony I had like a little hammock, and oh, it was so beautiful. Moving on to the next country, I went from Guatemala to El Salvador. I passed through Honduras. I didn't stay there because I already been there before. And then I moved over to Nicaragua. Or was it Belize? I don't really know, honestly, at this point. I gotta look at a map to see the way that I traveled. But basically, I traveled from Guatemala all the way down. So I go to Nicaragua. Every border is pretty easy to cross. Just crossing the borders were pretty easy for the most part. Then I get to Nicaragua. I didn't really ever hear much about that country, but I did opt to stay there for about a week because I was like, I'm tired of all this border crossing. I want to go somewhere. I'm sorry, my hand keeps getting the thing. I was tired of like all this border crossing. It was kind of getting annoying at that point. So I wanted to stay in Nicaragua for probably a week. As soon as I got there, the customs and just crossing the border was extremely difficult. They didn't take my COVID test. I actually had to take another COVID test, which was almost $100. It was just a really bad experience at the border. So I had already written off that country. I was like, yeah, I'm not staying here for a week. I don't even want to be here. At this point, I just want to get in the country, check in my hotel, and probably leave in like a day or two. I don't even want to be here anymore. So we pull up. We didn't actually get to Nicaragua till about midnight, to my hotel. I'm traveling by bus, just so you know. So I travel by bus, and I get to my hotel. I look around the city, and it looks extremely deserted. Like, it looks like an old city that was abandoned. Like, it looks horrible there. And I was actually referred to go to Leon. That's the city that I was in. And that's the city where I got robbed in. Yes, I got robbed. It was horrible. So I had opted that I was so stubborn, because I can have my little stubborn moments. I opted that I'm not going to spend any money in this place. I'm going to stay here for a couple of days, and I'm going to leave because I'm so ready to go to Panama. Panama was my ultimate country that I was trying to get to. And I had just already had said that I was going to just stay in my hotel. I wasn't going to leave. I wasn't going to do anything. I had went about the city. The men were very aggressive there. I get attention, obviously, just, you know, tourists, we get attention. And then, of course, just, you know, I'll get attention whenever I go somewhere. But in Nicaragua, they were very aggressive. Like, they were just really, like, it was like a whole nother level type of flirting aggressiveness. So that made me uncomfortable. So I actually did not want to leave my hotel, and I opted to just stay there until one day I was talking to the receptionist, and he was like, "Have you been to the beach yet?" And I was like, no, I didn't even know it was a beach close by. And he was like, "Yeah, you just got to take 2 buses. Well, yeah, 2 buses, or a taxi and a bus to get there. It's like 30-40 minutes away." So I was like, okay, well, that sounds like something to do. No. So I ended up canceling. I lost my money for the last few days of my stay there, because I was like, I'm over this place. I don't like it. The men are too aggressive. I don't want to leave this, like, my hotel. I don't feel comfortable here. I want to leave. So I had already booked my ticket for 4 o'clock that morning. So I woke up that morning, not the morning that I was going to leave, but the morning before. I woke up very happy, knowing that I was going to be leaving Nicaragua. So when the guy opted to tell me to go to the beach, I ended up doing that. So I go to the beach, and we pull up at the beach, and it's like in the middle of nowhere, seems like. And I'm like, okay, there's like not a soul in sight. And that kind of made me feel, I never was scared. I was just never scared. I mean, I've been to almost 30 countries, and I've never been really scared of anything. But it just made me feel like a little uncomfortable. Like, okay, I'm gonna just take some pictures of the water, and then I'm just gonna get back on the bus, wait for the next bus to come to go back to the hotel, because I'm not really feeling this beach. So I get down to the beach, and I start trying to take pictures. I'm actually making a vlog, and I'm making a vlog about how much I hate Nicaragua. And I put my phone down, and I'm just walking alongside the shore, and I noticed this man is sitting down by like a crevice of the, I'm sorry, this video is kind of long, but whatever. There's like a man sitting down, and I noticed him, and he looked like he was out of place, but whatever, you know. And keep in mind, it's not many people there. This is like a deserted place. So I'm walking by myself and mind my own business, and I actually just like start talking to the Lord, and I'm like, but I kept like walking and looking back at him, because I just didn't fully trust the situation. So I kept looking back at him, and every time I looked back, he was still sitting down. So I'm making lots of distance between the two of us. But I guess it wasn't enough distance, because I guess when you are used to robbing people or whatever, stealing from people, you already have like a good strategy in your mind. I wasn't expecting to get robbed that day. So I had my phone, and I actually had a lot of money on me, and I didn't trust it to leave it at my hotel. So I just took it with me to the beach, which that's not good either. But at that point, you don't know who to trust. You know what I mean? So I ended up having lots of US dollars on me, like a lot of money, and I had my phone in my hand. I kept looking back. The man was nowhere in sight. Well, he was in sight, but he was just like so far down the beach. I felt pretty secure at that point to stop turning around looking at him. That's where I went wrong. So all of a sudden, I feel somebody touching my fingers, and he actually bent my fingers backwards and actually really hurt my hand, and my hand actually still hurts right now, and that was about a month ago. So I was like, oh my God, like, what's happening here? I was just in shock. Like, I was never afraid. I was just in complete shock. I didn't know what to think. Like, I didn't know what he was doing. So for a second, it felt like he was trying to just hold my hand and walk with me. And then all of a sudden, he snatches my phone with his other hand and he takes off running. And I'm like, oh my God, what's happening right now? I can't believe I just got robbed. So I put on my shoes and I run after him. And I know everybody's going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe you ran after him. You're crazy. Why would you do that? Oh, well, it's in the past now. So my instinct was just to run right after him. And that's exactly what I did. So I run after him like crazy. I end up losing one of my shoes and I'm just like, shoot, I can't turn back now. So I'm running after him. He ended up running back to the same alley where I saw him, and I go down that alley, and that alley had like broken glass bottles and rocks and all types of stuff on the floor. I ended up tripping, of course, like in the movies. And by the time I got to the street, like where the houses were, there was nobody in sight. And I'm screaming and yelling, like, give me back my phone, I just got robbed, people are coming out of their house. And I'm explaining myself to the neighbors, and then I see him again. He was like hiding like the crevice of like these houses. So I jump over the thing and I run after him some more. But then he led me into somebody's backyard who had like barbed wire fence and stones everywhere. And like, I didn't even know it rained there. It was like muddy. So he led me to this trail. He was running so fast. And of course he's from there, so he knows the way. I ended up getting my foot stuck in the mud. It actually came all the way up to my knees, and that's when I had to slow down. And I'm just like praying the whole time, like, God, this can't be happening. Like, you know, let me get my phone back. Like, I had just broke my phone, so it's not even worth anything to sell, which I'm sure he later found that out, because I even track it on like Find My Samsung, and like it hasn't been turned on, like, so nobody's even using the phone. It's probably in the trash can, you know. And I had like all these pictures and videos of like all the, you know, the mountains I've climbed and just like all the experiences that I had with my family. And I've had so many experiences and adventures in the past 2 years, and they were all on that phone. And I actually transferred everything and put it on the memory card, and of course I still had the memory card in the phone, so it did me no good. So yeah, I got robbed. I went to the police station, the most horrible police station in Nicaragua in the universe. They wasted my time. They said that I had to produce a receipt to my phone, and I'm like, who walks around with a receipt to their phone? Really? Who walks around with a receipt to their phone? So ended up wasting my time. Sorry, I need some water. Ended up wasting my time trying to get my phone back. Lo and behold, they know the guy. The guy told me his name. His nickname is Chucky, which in English is translated to Chucky, and that's what he looked like. I thought it was like a young teenager. Come to find out, this man is almost a 30-year-old. This man is like 25 years old and ain't got nothing else better to do with his life. So we did a police report. We do all this stuff. They say if you go and get the receipt to your phone, then we can actually do something. But until then, we don't know if that's really your phone or not. So we're not gonna, you know, do anything. We're not gonna press charge or anything until you prove that you paid for the phone. And I'm like, you have got to be kidding me right now. Like, I have never heard of that. Who walks around with the receipt to their phone? Like, I bought that phone 2 years ago, you know? It was just the craziest thing ever. So I ended up wasting my time. It was a girl there who helped me. Shout out to her. I actually forgot her name. But she actually took me back and forth to my hotel, which was like 40 minutes away. I had to go on Amazon, find the receipt to that phone, went back to the police station, and they're like, oh, well, he wants you to pay him $60 to get your phone back. And I'm like, you're kidding me, right? And he's like, no. So it's simple. You're either gonna pay him to get your phone back, or we can forget this whole thing. And I'm like, this is not real. Like, this is not happening right now. Like, there has to be some hidden camera somewhere, because there's no way a police officer is telling me to pay a thief to get my property back. I can literally open up the phone and you can see all these pictures of me on here. Like, why do I have to prove, for one, that it's my phone with the receipt? And secondly, I have to pay the thief to get it back? Are you freaking kidding me? Talking about exploiting freaking tourists. Are you kidding me right now? So at that point, I was over the top. I could not believe what was happening. I had heard about things like this happening. You know, as a traveler, I research, I do all this stuff searching, and I've seen it happening, and like, well, I heard of it happening like Mexico, police officers bribing you, or you try, like, you have to like try to like pay them so they won't make up a lie on you. And I heard all these crazy stories, but you know, when it happens to you in real life in 4K, like, it's like, oh my God, are you kidding me right now? Oh my God, it was the most horrible experience ever. I'm sorry, I could talk about that for a while because unfortunately I lost all my contacts. Like, I can't contact anybody. I still have the same phone number, but I can't call anybody like that I was cool with, like that were international, because I don't have any contacts now. Like, unfortunately I didn't have anything backed up. And you know when you get those notifications when it always tells you, do you want to back it up? Do you want to back it up? And I'm like, no, I don't need to back up anything. I'm fine. And of course, you know, so that was the most horrible experience ever. And I get back and I'm mad and I wasted my time. I wasted 5 hours at the police station. They never did anything. The phone, when I track it, it still shows that it's never been turned on. So it's probably in the trash can somewhere. I couldn't wait to leave that place. Oh my God, I could not wait to get out of the country of Nicaragua. If you were ever thinking about going there and having a vacation, I would say scratch that off your list. It's honestly not just from my bad experience, but it's really nothing there. It's like literally nothing there. This video is like 17 minutes long. Sorry. So anyways, I make it to Panama. Thanks be to God. I love Panama because it's real chill. People, obviously there's bad things that happens in every country, but people are not so destitute to where they're just willing to just take a phone that they don't even see if it's worth nothing, because my phone wasn't even worth anything. I had cracks on my screen. Like, it was horrible. Like, you're not gonna get any money out of that. So but overall, on the bright side, like everybody said, I do have my life. I'm alive and well. I travel to all the countries. I plan on hitting up every country in South America next. So need extra hard prayers for those, because I know that's supposed to be more dangerous than Central America. So I plan on continuing to travel. Getting robbed is definitely not going to stop me from traveling. I do travel by myself, not all the time, but most of the time I travel by myself. I'm never scared. Like, you know, the Lord is with me wherever I go, even when I was getting robbed. But made it to Panama, made it back to United States, got another phone. So yeah, that was my story. I know that was kind of a long little spill or whatever like that, but I had to catch you guys up on everything that's been going on. I'm still traveling. I'm gonna continue to travel. I'm in the process of trying to book a flight now, so we'll see. So I'll see you on the next video.